So quick recap on how to open the Jeet Kune Do stance. Okay, so for right-handers like myself, right, with our feet together, left leg point 90 degrees to your left, okay, right leg slide forward, okay, make sure that the power line is intact, okay, roll your pelvis in, okay, raise the rear heel, elbows close to your body, chin down, right, shoulders up, okay, and just relax in this position. This is the long range on guard stance, okay, or the closed on guard stance. So last week I was saying that you can actually combine your half steps and full step. So for example, right, I duck to my left with a half step. Here I can change my direction to move, okay, with a full step to another direction. So I can step right and push off to my left with a full step, right? That's half step left and full step right, or half step right and full step left. You want to keep these steps small and always be ready, okay, with every step that you take, right? You don't want to spend too much time in the air, right? So just step and slide, step and slide. Okay, so this week I'm going to show you some different variations, okay, of what we can do with footwork in JKD. So for example, okay, if I want to step forward, okay, I don't need to just step and slide, right? So last week I was saying that we can just do a half step and just hide our advance, okay? Another way of calling this is stealing a step. So instead of stepping forward for my opponent to see so clearly, I hide my step. So I just advance, okay, without my opponent knowing, because I just shift in my rear heel, okay, and I'm ready in position to fire whatever strike that I want. So this is stealing a step, right? It's very small and subtle, and that's the whole point. You want to hide your advance and move forward, right? So just stealing a step, steal and slide forward, right? So steal and slide forward. Make sure that your intention to go forward, okay, isn't obvious. Okay, don't telegraph. Just relax and step forward, okay? Just slide and push. Okay, don't make any sound with your feet. Okay, don't drag. Just steal, advance. Okay, steal, advance. Okay, steal, advance. Okay, another variation other than the stealing step is the shuffle step. So with the shuffle step, I can shuffle both forward as well as back. Right? So that's forward and back. Okay, side view. So let's say I'm facing the front, right? Okay, so on that stance, ready? Okay, so if I'm shuffling forward, I want to bring my rear leg front. Okay, if I'm shuffling back, I want to bring my front leg back. That's all to it. So shuffle forward, shuffle back. Right? Shuffle forward, shuffle back. Shuffle forward, shuffle back. So stay light on your feet. Okay, about 60-40. Put your weight on the balls of the feet. Shuffle, shuffle, okay? Shuffle and shuffle. So what you can do is you can combine the previous stealing step with the shuffle. So what I can do, I can steal, steal, shuffle, okay? Steal, steal, shuffle, okay? Or shuffle, steal. Okay, see how I put them together? Okay, I'm constantly moving, okay, but I'm moving with purpose. I'm not just stepping. Okay, maybe I want to relax and move and steal. You see that? So relax and move, still. Now I'm that bit closer, okay? That bit closer to my opponent. Okay, so shuffle and steal. Okay, or shuffle and steal. Okay, so with the stealing step, the shuffle step, okay, and one more, the pendulum step. So when I shift my feet, okay, I move fully back, that's shuffle, right? That's shuffle. So if I stay on the spot, let's say I invite a kick and I want to get out of the way, okay, I use the pendulum step. So I'm actually more or less on the same spot. I just pull my front leg back and come back to on guard, right? So on guard, pendulum and come back. So don't overdo it, just use what you need, move out of the way. And how you want to return depends on the depth that you need. So let's say I'm evading a kick and I do my pendulum step. Okay, if I want to return right away, I can just push my rear leg to where I was. Okay, if I want to move further back, okay, so it's on guard, right? Pendulum and push back. Okay, or I can even pendulum step and then move in. Okay, so the range and the depth depends on what kind of distance you need. So that was the stealing step, shuffle step, pendulum step. So the next variation, okay, is the burst step. So from my on-guard stance, I'm going to raise, okay, I'm going to push my rear leg into the middle of my stance where my spine is, okay. I'm going to raise my front leg, okay, and get into the triangle guard and come back. So when I do it all together, it becomes a burst step. So from here, burst step, okay, front view, on guard, burst step. Okay, I may or may not kick, okay, I just want to get into a variation of my on guard stance, okay, known as the triangle guard. So from burst step, I get to the triangle guard. You see how I'm ready to punch and kick and I'm still covered? Okay, that's called the triangle guard. So on guard, burst step, triangle guard, on guard, burst step, triangle guard, on guard. Okay, one last time. Okay, and the last variation, okay, is to combine all of this together, okay, and include your angles as well. So to get to different 45-degree angles or even 90-degree angles, I need to use my pivot step, and that's the last variation, okay, after our burst step. Okay, so pivot step is just 45-degree directions, diagonal steps. So let's say I want to move to this direction, 45 degrees, right? So I push off, okay, and if I want to re-angle, I'm going to pivot on my front leg. Okay, see, I'm not going to waste time adjusting myself, okay, because during this time, I'm vulnerable, right? I'm open. Okay, so I want to close my stance fast. Okay, so on guard, diagonal step, pivot step, okay, on guard, diagonal step, pivot step, on guard, diagonal step, pivot step. Okay, I just need to pivot 45 degrees, and at the end of my pivot, okay, make sure that I'm ready to go. Okay, what about this side? So let's say I'm on guard here, right? I want to shift out the way. I need to do a tactical switch where I bring my rear axis to the front. You see, I just took a step forward, right? And I put an angle, pivot step, 45 degrees, and now I finish with my left stance. So one more time, on guard, diagonal step, pivot. Okay, once again, the range, the depth of how close you want to go depends on the distance you need. I can do something like diagonal step, pivot. Okay, now I'm slightly further away. Okay, so diagonal step, pivot step, and diagonal step, pivot step. So those are the basic variations of what you can do with a footwork. Okay, stealing step, right? Shuffle, shuffle. Okay, pendulum step, pendulum step. Okay, burst step. Okay, burst step, and pivot step. Okay, pivot step. So when you get to the burst step, okay, actually what you can do, okay, is a falling step. So instead of landing back to my stance, from your burst step, you can actually just push and fall forward. Okay, most of the time you do it with a punch. Okay, so triangle guard, I can push into a falling step. Okay, that's going to involve some striking. So that's a variation for another day. Okay, so just want to share a quick advanced variation of your footwork, okay, known as the stutter step. So this is a little bit advanced because it involves messing around, okay, with your rhythm as well as your opponent's rhythm. Okay, what do I mean? So this is basic, right? Just step, 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 step. So earlier I mentioned that when you get into your burst step, triangle guard, you can push into a falling step. Okay. When you want to change the rhythm, okay, you got to mix up the tempo of your steps. What do I mean? So sometimes fast, sometimes slow. So for example, if I want to go in, this is direct, right? This is easy to read, easy to read. So when I mix up the tempo, it sounds something like this. Okay, so I'm going to raise my feet first, okay, to simulate maybe I'm coming in from a falling step. Okay, and hear the sound. Okay, there was 3 sounds. Okay, pop, ta-da, pop, ta-da. Okay, pop, ta-da. Okay, so side view, starter step. Okay, so get into a burst step position instead of falling into a punch, okay, or strike. What I do is I go burst step and okay, so it's not a direct advance. I actually down with my right leg, okay, and then left and go. So that's right, left, right. Okay, so just move around, burst step, right, left, right. Right, left, right. Right, left, right. Okay, so that's your JKD starter step. Okay, and that's it for the variations of your on guard stance and footwork.